Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of World of Warships. I'm going to be farming damage with Montana because that's all I have left for the dockyard is, well, I have the farming damage and then the earn EXP, but you earn EXP for doing basically anything, so we're farming damage. It looks like I started streaming just in time because it's already loaded the match. Oh, we're all the way up north. I don't like being in the north. I like being in the middle where everybody shoots at me. That's why they're busy shooting at me. My team's busy sinking them. Although I guess I should be wanting to be the one doing the sinking because I need damage points for the dockyard. It's going to be kind of a short stream today, probably. I'm trying to get something set up. I need somebody to do some testing. So I may be quitting early. Also, I'm behind at work because I decided to go take a hour lunch today to visit my dad and have some pizza. So I have to go back to work for an hour after I play this. But I was starting to see spreadsheets in the real world, and I was like, okay, I gotta get away from the computer for a bit. Well, the spreadsheet computer. Video game computer is different. This isn't EVE Online after all. I'm not staring at spreadsheets here. Well, I wonder if memorizing the armor thickness of all the various ships through a spreadsheet would help me. Well, where's the French guy going? He's going south. Where are we gonna go play with Karsbach? Meet up with little Carvuzok? I have no idea. This needs a pronunciation guide. Well, okay, they seem to be headed for the gap between C and B. Okay, got our first victim here. The guy says in Star Wars, "Oh, good, our first catch of the day." And he proceeds to get absolutely annihilated by the ion cannon. Well, I didn't get annihilated by the Sherberg. He didn't exactly get annihilated by me either. Marceau seems to be trying to hit him. I'm not sure he knows how to use that ship. I think he's a bit too far away to be effective. Oh, there he goes, he's starting to get hits. Of course, I say that as I completely whiff that shot. That's a good hit. That was a good hit too. By the enemy. Come on, reload. There we go. That should kill him, right? 5 over bins. With those good old American guns. Ow. Raichu. It's the Pokemon! Raichu, I choose you! Richelieu. Doing some pretty good damage for having low caliber guns. Or does he have 16-inch guns? I thought the French didn't get 16-inch guns. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, we lost Harvest Ball. At least the other two battleships seem to be doing good work. Come on, Citadel. No, but we got 8 penetrations, so I'll take it. Only one of those shots missed. Good shot, for once. I think we should go with the French guy, although I'm more worried about the big guns on the Japanese battle cruisers hitting me. What I'm most worried about is Osborne getting me with torpedoes. But
we will fight.
Turn, baby, turn. Yeah, should have been more worried about this guy's guns. Oh well. Take care of Osborne. But he missed his torpedoes, and I think he only has the one. I'm not sure what Marsu is doing now. Kind of hoping he'd help me take out Osborne if I started shooting him, but he seems to be preferring to hide and wait and see what happens. Like that Transformers movie where, like, Optimus Prime's fighting all the Autobots by himself, or not all the Autobots, the Decepticons by himself. I'll take you on! And then all of his allies, like, just never bothered to show up. It's like, you guys know I was, like, alone in the woods. Where were the rest of you? How it should have ended, where they're just, like, hiding in the bushes and watching while he's getting beat up. Now it's just a matter of very slowly whittling away at the remaining battleships. Looks like we lost one of our friends to the south there. We'll steal a kill from Marcy here. Oh, maybe he's gonna steal a kill from us. Nope, we stole it. We lost our other friend to the south.
Another Decepticon down. Our victory is in sight. Let's finish this fight once and for all.
I think I'm gonna just use my forward guns. Because Umahari, I don't know if he's only got 16-inch guns or if he's got 18-inch guns, but they hurt that last time he hit me pretty good, so. We'll just do a little completely unrealistic bound tanking for real, well, in World of Warships it's a realistic strategy. In real life this was a stupid strategy. You want all your guns on the target, and your armor would have been designed to deflect shells flat head on. So you'd want to be, flat. to the enemy. But the people that made World of Warships decided that they wanted to make the guns work like the opposite of how they should work. So in real life, you see how that shot went like that? Like, again, I'm pointing at the screen trying to describe it. The shot went like wide instead of long and short. In real life, the shots wouldn't do that. They go long and short because it's easy to get the construction of the barrel correct to fire the shot straight. It's hard to get the gunpowder one put together correctly. So you'll get shells that go long because they had too much gunpowder, or they go short because they had too little gunpowder. But like, see how that shot was like super just burst to the left or to the right? Sorry, to the right here. A real battleship shot would have been forward and backwards dispersed. And that would have just annihilated that ship, because instead of being sideways like that, where all those shots just went off into the water, they would have been long and short, and they would have hit still. Just one of those little things of naval engineering where we've ignored. Right? Well, Marcy seems to be more interested in the carrier than he is in the battleship. Which is dumb. He should go be charging full in to torpedo that battleship, because he's not going to catch that carrier with torpedoes, and he's not going to burn it down before the timer hits. We have 10 minutes left, or 10 points left before the match ends. Yep, there it goes. And he definitely could have made it to that battleship and torpedoed it before the timer ended. Oh well. I have the same amount of damage I would have if he hadn't. Well, I might have had more because he spotted the torpedo, so. I think one more mission like that, and we'll be done with the damage portion. It'll just be earn-based experience. I'll probably switch to a cruiser or something for the earn base experience, because the battleships seem to sit in the queue a little longer. Although, right now, it's not that bad. During Sunday session I was playing, there were like 30 battleships, 40 battleships in there. It's like, okay, we're not getting in as a battleship. Everybody wants to be the battleship. Nobody wants to be the cruisers in this mode. Because once you start taking damage, you're pretty much done for as a cruiser. The battleship, you know, you're designed to take damage, so you can handle it. Although I think Salem does really good in this mode. From what I remember, I haven't played it in a while. But it does really good in this mode. Because it had the super heal. So you go down to like 10% HP and then just like get it all back in a matter of seconds. I feel like they should fix that flag so it's not like clipping into the fire control tower. That really bugs me every time I play the game. When it's got the cool Art Deco ship. But it really bugs me when I play the game and the flags clip into things, because it's like, did you not, take a few minutes to look at the model when you made it? Like, and it's not like this is like a super changed up model. I mean, the textures and stuff are different, but the actual like physical structural elements are all the same. So Montana with the normal skin is gonna get that same part clipping issue. Just one of the little things. The game has like a fabulous art, and then there's just little things that are like, oh, you didn't actually take the time to make sure your work was good. You just put it out there and then said, oh, that's a $30 skin or a $30, ship. We're lucky if it's $30. I don't know. what the usual price is for these things. I try not to look, although I've spent a bit more than I should on this game. Was chasing Enterprise forever, which I finally got, but not through the Christmas packages, only because they decided, I think it was last year, if you grinded through a event, you could unlock her for money. I paid money for her, because it was cheaper than feeding my loot box addiction every Christmas, where I was trying to get her. And of course, they give me every ship but the ship I actually wanted, because that's how loot boxes work. Knees back. And yes, I wear it's probably knees back, but knees back is funnier. Must be the new German secondary build ships. EM's gonna be in trouble. He needs to be on the other side of me. So they'll shoot me and not him. Well, it still seems like some of them are shooting me and not him. Come on, reload. There we go. Can't decide. Guess we'll shoot this guy here. Good thing I started speeding up. Fired those torpedoes. Is there a destroyer out there? No. Must have been that German cruiser. They're very slow torpedoes, apparently. Citadel. Nope. He's gonna Citadel me though, because that's how the RNG works. Nope. No Citadel there either. German friend in the aircraft carrier is feeding me aircraft shooty time. I have the skill to. Oh, there's a Citadel. 7 overpins, 1 penetration is Citadel. Okay. But RNG is not with me today. Okay. I have the skill that makes our abilities come back faster if we're shooting an aircraft. So every time the aircraft come into range, I'm like, yes, come hang out. Come shoot at me, aircraft. And I glitched there. Oh, I still got the kill. Okay, that's good. It's an interesting direction to turn. He's turning so Des Moines is going to be in his blind spot. Would have turned the other direction if I had been in his situation. Of course, I also would have been shooting at the Des Moines because it's got thinner armor. Aggressively push in here. That should be a kill. R6 overpins. I wonder how hard it would be to make the calculations more realistic. Because, like, those overpins that went into his hangar would have realistically hit the deck floor. And they definitely wouldn't have overpinned the deck floor. But it's obvious that it's just like wherever the shell makes first contact with, that's what armor thickness is used to calculate the attack. Would be interesting because then you could model it so over penetrations can hit the ship behind the ship that you're aiming at. Like you shoot an aircraft carrier and the shells fly through and smash the cruiser on the other side. Probably way too hard to emulate properly with this engine.
Our victory is in sight. Let's finish this fight
It's
once and for all.
10 years old now, so. But then again, it's just a matter of math, I guess. Well, we didn't quite make it, I think, to our 2,600,000 gold, did we? Oh, no, we did. We're there. Alright, so now we just need to earn 10,000 more basic experience. I think I am going to stick with battleships, but I'm going to go...
There's a thin line between being a hero and being a memory.
We are going to go with Illinois. Our 8-inch cruiser guns. I want to try this. I have tried it in this mode before, but I suspect it'll do really good with citadels because the 8-inch guns are capable of penetrating some of the battleships. Not over penetrating like the big guns do, but Los Andes on our side here. One thing that I don't like about this design is they just copy and pasted Iowa's superstructure basically onto it. And so Illinois' whole thing was that she would have been one of the last two Iowa class battleships. And the reason she has the 8-inch guns is because they were going to make her an anti-aircraft platform. And the 8-inch guns were the biggest full auto guns that they had. So they could shoot down jet fighters, early jet fighters with it. And one of the things that they had planned to change on Iowa is if they built any more after the last two, being Wisconsin and Missouri, I think. Yeah, because Iowa and New Jersey were launched at the same time. But anyway, so they had the secondaries would have been here where the fire control mount is. They would have had a secondary there and a secondary up here in front of the bridge. And you could see that design on Maine, but they didn't include it in Illinois, which I think was a lazy pop out because they just wanted to copy and paste Iowa's structure onto the ship and give it the 8-inch guns. That's just how video games work. What's the quickest way we can make something that will sell? It's a cool art job. This is interesting though because they pride themselves on their good art, and I mean they have brilliant art. It's just sometimes they do things like that. You're like, that was very obviously not how the ship would have looked. But I get that they're doing it for gameplay purposes too, because it would have been better in Iowa as opposed to, I think they were trying to make it a side grade to Iowa. Then they could have made it a tier 10 instead of a tier 9. But they already had a tier 9 research American battleship, so maybe that's why they couldn't do that. Personally, I'm wondering if they'll do it for the other Iowa class? Kansas? I think it was Kansas. If they'll release Kansas as a Tier 10 with 8-inch guns. Because they like to try to keep things like a consistent. Do we get Citadels? Nope, no Citadels. Nope. Hi, Los Andes. I really wish you paid better attention to what you were doing. Gonna get me citadeled by that Eisenhower. He dragged me out to where he could shoot at me. Oh, he's gonna get his face torpedoed off. It's only a flesh wound, he says. The sound of rushing water fills his ears. Would be also interesting if they managed to simulate realistic systems damage. So, like, you know, you get hit the fire control tower and your fire control goes wonky for a while. Again, this is an arcade game, not a simulation game. It looks cool, but it's not realistic. I did see they added giant battleships to War Thunder, so maybe I'll go take a look at that. But I kind of enjoy this kind of gameplay where they just sit down, press start battle, and mess around. I just wish there was a few things like the battleship, the gun dispersion. Just, it's backwards from what it should be, and that bothers me a little more than it should. Especially since, like, I probably would have killed that Geisenhower. How do you say it? I would have killed him if the dispersion had been realistic. Can't believe I'm not penetrating. Oh, there we go. See, look at that dispersion. Look at that. That's nasty. Would also make it so people couldn't just, like, do the thing where they corner behind islands. That's the most popular tactic in the game. And it's what makes the game so slow, because people will just post up behind an island and then, like, you just sit there and wait for somebody else to come out from behind their island so you can shoot at them. And if it was like, oh, you need all your guns going to do enough damage to out-damage the enemy, that was not a great mission for me. Maybe I should have stuck with Montana. We'll try one more. If they gave it realistic dispersion, then just posting up behind an island and trying to snipe people from the other side of the map wouldn't be a viable strategy like it is right now. You'd be wanting to maneuver so you can keep your guns on the target, and you'd be wanting to try to cross the enemy's T and all those other strategy things that you would realistically be doing in a naval battle, as opposed to parking behind an island. And all it would take is inverting an X and Y value, and then bam, completely new game. Which is probably why they'll never do that, because the people that play the game would get upset that all of their years of hard-learned strategy would be gone, and they'd have to learn how to actually use the ships again. We got Missouri, Illinois, the Tripits, Nanto, Shimanto? Shimanto? Shimanto, and Hipper. At the real-life American battleships. And yes, I know Illinois is not a real American battleship because it was never commissioned, but it was ordered and laid down. It would be interesting, maybe they'll make Kansas a tier 10 and give it Iowa's guns, but the superstructure, like I was talking about, where the secondary battery has one in the front and one in the back as opposed to 5 on the side. Because they would have been able to reduce the side secondary battery to 2 and still maintain the same amount of firepower in either direction. I remember after this battle, I'll show on main what I'm talking about. Tier 4 aircraft, yeah, that's definitely going to be a threat to my battleship whose sole purpose in life was to destroy aircraft. And again, maybe he'll get through. Yep. One plane got through. It looks like he hit my belt armor. Which, I mean, it's an armor-piercing rocket. The belt armor is probably where you'd aim. Hi, Surrey. Yeah, I was watching somebody else play War on the Sea, and they're trying to learn how battleships work. Emphasis on trying. But anyway, people keep leaving comments like, you need to do this World of Warships strategy or this World of Warships strategy, and it's like, no, guys. World of Warships is not how naval combat works. World of Warships is how arcade game combat. This is a simulator, not a arcade game. Speaking of arcade game, come on, hit statistics. 7 overpins, sure, why not? The King George V battle line here. 2 fires in 1 shot. Come on, give me another one of those 2 fires in 1 salvo. We got 1 fire in 1 salvo. Ow. They hit my stern. Keep your hands off my stern. We'll file a harassment lawsuit for touching my stern. The battleship with the smallest guns, the one closest to the action, huh? The heck, Missouri's about to go behind that island. Oh, he's getting beat up. Never mind. I take back my complaint about him hiding. Please go hide and heal a little, Missouri. I shall take care of this guy. Maybe I'll take care of this guy. Whoa, Missouri did not hide fast enough. So I bet we can Citadel this guy with just AT. Probably just get nothing but overpins. But yeah, 6 penetrations. life-changing amount of damage, but 5 penetrations. Can't remember if Hydra has egos or not. Yes, he does. I think I'll switch to that. There's his torpedoes. Looks like he aimed over Trippett's, not me though. That's never a good sound. I like to hear it from my enemies, not from my friends. Bombers, oh no. They're going to sink us. They're tier 4 bombs that are probably smaller than my secondaries. Oh, that's gonna hit us. I hope those 2 cruisers hurry up. I overextended myself slightly here. I shot Trippets. Survive for 10 more seconds. Ooh, 3 citadels. Spicy.
Main turret critically damaged.
Joke's on you, I have 4 guns on 1 turret. I don't need to make 2 turrets. Of course, if I get nothing but overpins, maybe I need more turrets. There we go.
Destroyed an enemy cruiser.
Where is he turning his guns? You gonna go try to shoot Dipper? I mean, I admire his confidence, but I don't think you're gonna hit Hipper from here with the King George V guns. You might be able to do it with like Lion's guns or something, but not with the King George V guns. That weird 4 turret, 2 turret setup. 4 gun, 2 gun setup. He has 4 guns on the lower turret and then 2 guns on the upper turret. Like, the reason they did that is because closer to the water line, the more stable the shooting platform is. So they wanted his minigun effort. You may not make this out of this alive, boys. In seconds. Oh, 5 seconds now. 4, 3, 2, 1, deal. But they designed the ship that way because closer to the water line is a better firing platform. He's really trying to get Hipper, isn't he? Closer to the water line, more stable. Oh, I was worried that cruiser was going to torpedo me and I finished him off with my secondaries. Anyway, closer to the water line, more stable firing platform. So they wanted as many of the guns on the lower turret as they could, and then what they couldn't fit on the lower turret, they put on the upper turret. It was a engineering choice. I'm not sure it really improved the accuracy as much as it was they seem to think it was, because otherwise every ship would have designed turrets like that. The phone is going off. You forgot to leave on silent. Come on, sink. There we go. Where are you going, Trippets? Just left me out here to die. After all that unrealistic bow taking. Glad I turned. Those must have came from that British battle cruiser. We're not about to win. We're about to turn them into Swiss cheese. And not the good kind. The kind that's been out in the desert and lost all of its moisture for see what I'm talking about? Battleship shells don't do that. They go this way, up and down, not left and right. It's that, and it's all the over-penetration mechanics that make it feel like you're playing a game of roulette instead of a game of Battleship. Like, oh, you have perfect positioning, and perfect aiming, and everything else? Well, too bad. The random number generator has decided that your shot did not do any damage. Despite the fact that your shells are literally bigger than his engines, and one went right through his machinery space, and realistically his engine is now on the outside of his ship. Simply because of the sheer force of the momentum of the 1,000-pound armor-piercing shell that you put through his ship has dragged it outside. This guy is just trying to stall out time because he thinks he can win on points. His poor little AI brain doesn't understand that he cannot win on points, so he's going to try to hide in the corner. Instead of trying to capture. And to be fair, his strategy is sound if he was actually, still accumulating points. But my allies have taken his points away from him. So sitting in the corner is not the strategy he wants to be doing. Doing pretty good. Normally I'd be losing some of these, but I don't think I've lost a single one tonight. Got that carry energy. Oh, this is slow. Well, 2,000, so probably get 2,000, 5 or 6 more, I'm betting, because some of them don't go well. We'll do one more, and then I'm going to quit and go do other things. My puppy is here to say hello. Hello, puppy. Gotta fix up my office enough and my face enough that I can put my webcam on, and then when my puppy comes to visit, we can bring the puppy on the camera. Yeah, we can hang out. Look at the camera. For all my complaints, the art department does do good work. Just the gameplay department that needs a bit of a conversation. How would you reach that bell there? That seems to be an interesting choice there. It's directly under the fire director, but it's hanging off. I guess you climb up that and then like lean over and ring it. I don't know. I feel like you'd want to put it like between the two smokestacks, where you could just ring it without having to like climb up a ladder and precariously hang on a ledge with no guardrails. I'm guessing there's some sort of tradition that dictated where they put it, though. So that's typically how, when something doesn't make sense on a military base or military vessel or anything really military, it's because, well, we did it that way in 1714 and we can't change it now. Like how they never wash their coffee cups. This is what I've been told anyway. Back in the day, you wouldn't wash your cup because your grog ration would stain the wood, and then you would have, you know, the flavor of all the times you drank it out of it accumulate over time, kind of like a cast iron frying pan. Well, when they stopped serving rum and started serving coffee instead, or grog, rather. It was grog back in the day. They didn't just drink straight rum. But anyway, when they stopped serving that, the tradition carried on with coffee cups. Well, when the pandemic came around, you couldn't not wash your coffee cup. You know, didn't want to spread COVID like that. So they started having to wash their cups. And anyway, I saw an article. It was like Navy's most cherished tradition. Our Navy is forced to give up its most cherished tradition by COVID, and then it's just about the cups. And I was just like, I have a suspicion that's not one of their most cherished traditions. That's just a tradition that they follow. I have a feeling that the Navy has things that they cherish slightly more than dirty cups. It's just a feeling. Whoops, that was the wrong button. They've made a bit of a mistake here. I've gone out in front of the battle. I was too busy talking about coffee cups. Hit two sides. Come on, kill that cruiser. There we go. Next shot will finish him off, but Siberia will steal my kill. Gonna get hit there. Yep, because I used my damage control party too soon, I'm in trouble. Well, I'm gonna make it safety though. Keep those dirty little plates to yourself, Yorktown. Ow. It's hitting me so hard. Must be Bento. Sorry, I we got the hiccups. Alright. Turn south and run away. We will let Siberia. Yeah, I made a mistake. I should have been turning a lot sooner. Oh, how did that not kill me? Oh, it was the secondaries, not his primaries. I was like, oh, that just tanked his primary guns right along my armor belt. Took no damage. Well, that was the 9-inch guns. Yeah, there's the primary guns. I may be in trouble. Certainly not going to be able to run fast enough. Get enough distance between us that they'll stop shooting me. Got that World War I design there with the 9-inch, 9.1-inch secondaries. Jeez, they want me bad. Keep going, little Iowa, we can do it. I think our Italian friend can't hit us anymore, but the Russian guy over there's cause for concern. Oop. Should have just continued going straight. Not try to get my guns on target. He's got 2 fires on him. Hopefully he'll burn up. I think I'm far enough away that if I stop firing, stop being spotted. Well, at least they stopped shooting at me. I'm still not far enough away to avoid getting spotted. But they stopped shooting at me, so I should be able to heal. At least a little bit. Come on, finish him off. No, no fire. If I'd started 1 fire, I think I would have killed him. But I suspect his damage control party was still on active. We're losing all our friends. Oh no, okay. That one was a... Oh, you get battle. Some of the battleships in this game have torpedoes. Like, it's nonsensical to have torpedoes on a post-1930s battleship, but here we are. That's just gonna hit that. Got 3. Come on, hit him. Hit him. Ah, non-penetration. If that had been a penetration, he would have died. And I would have been a hero. A legend. People would stop telling me I'm bad at the video game. I know they would have. My sense of self-worth would have been improved. Here's the fire we used earlier. Guess I should have been fighting with this guy instead of letting him heal. I'm just farming damage. Yeah, that was it. It's part of my master plan to farm more damage from him. Or let Sibir farm more damage from him. Oh, come on! Finish him off! Finish him off! No. We're not getting any kills today, boys. Sibir just stole all of my kills. This is the secondary battleships. Is one of the things that I hate about them is they always get the kill. Either they're constantly firing their secondaries, or they've started fires with their secondaries. You would think the full auto 8-inch gun guy could get more DPS out than a bunch of 4.9 or 5-inch guns. But nope. This poor guy's about to die from depth charges because he got spotted by that plane. We are zooming 35.8 knots. My engineering team is going to hate me after this because I'm going to have to rebuild my engines. Oh right, this is World of Warships, I forget. Physics don't apply here. There is only speed. fire! Woo, he's on fire! And he put his fire out. It's damage control party! Wee! No! Boo! Look, he's on fire again. I didn't start it this time though. I didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world was burning. Uh-oh, we lost Shifty. Got torpedoed. Well, Severe's got plenty of health, so... If he didn't have a lot of health, I'd be hiding right now. I think we can take Hawk between the two of us. Ha! I stole your kill this time, shipman. I don't want to get surprised broadside by a Hawk. See, you can tell the AI has been reprogrammed to actually care about points when it comes to the carrier, because he's already moving in trying to capture something. As opposed to our last carrier, which thought it was winning on points, so it thought it didn't need to capture anything, so it ran away. This carrier knows it's not going to win on points. Yep, I knew I was going to get hit by that Hawkeye. I should too much marble. Knew I was going to get hit by Hawk doing that. One of my favorite memories of this game so far is that I was doing West Virginia 44, and you know, there's only a handful of Tier 6 battleships that have 18-inch guns, and West Virginia 44 is one of them. Or maybe it was Mitsu. I remember it was one of the first generation of 16-inch gun battleships. And anyway, I get into a gunfight with a Hawk, and he sinks me. But before he sinks me, I sink him with all of my 16-inch guns just pounding his citadel. Because he didn't expect the battleship from Tier 4 or Tier 6 to have 16-inch guns. And he was all mad about it. Like, this poop is no garbage, it can't even block Tier 6 guns. And I'm like, well, I mean, my guns are the same size as yours, so it makes sense they couldn't block it. Although, in real life, guns being the same size as another ship meant that their armor could block it, because that was how the armor was designed. It was, well, if the enemy can make these guns, we can make these guns, the enemy can make these guns, so we'll make our ship be able to defend against these guns. Oh, we got a little less than 6,000 left on the earn EXP. I wonder if we're gonna get the earn ribbons before we get the earn EXP. That would be funny. Alright, I think though I'm gonna call it here. Maybe play a few rounds with the camera off just so I don't have to keep talking to an empty room. But I will see you guys later.